So Micah Parsons is a Packer?
I have not seen Twitter that riled up. Packers Twitter in quite some time. Some time.
It's nice to see the delusion in your fan base, you know?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I have said this even before the Packers were rumored, right? I don't think it's going to happen, but rebellions were built on hope.
Ooh, Lord of the Rings.
We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. Welcome to the chaos.
Welcome to the chaos. No, actually, we weren't waiting for me to poop, but I did. It was right before the show.
I did two before the show.
Two of them?
Yeah, I pooped twice. Yeah, I woke up, pooped, and then right before, about like 15 minutes before the show, I was like, I got to go again. So
there you go.
I feel like
I hope this is how you start your official NFL stream.
I pooped.
Immediately, they're like, what?
Yeah,
Tom Grossi gets the opportunity of a lifetime, and he starts by talking about poo?
I mean, I'm going to be very honest. So there is a lot going on behind the scenes. Like there's a lot of different groups of people that I'm communicating with to try and make this thing work. But one of the guys who I've been working with, shout out Warren from YouTube, he's like the engineer who's going to be doing like all the engine, like all that stuff. And because I've been streaming for so long, he's like, okay, like let's try to do like remote webcam based off of your OBS, because then you could be your own producer and just, do everything. Right. And I was like, that'd be perfect. So he goes, do you have any, like graphics or transitions? And I was like, yeah, I got P for the D. And he's like, what? And I was just like, for like when I have to pee, we pee when a team that we want to win is on defense. So I just run and I play a graphic of me pouring a whole bunch of water into a cup and it overflows over a desk while I'm peeing. And he's like, that's great. So I'm just saying we are infiltrating YouTube to the point where now all of them will know about P for the D.
I like to imagine Warren has to call up Roger Goodell and go, can we get clearance on P for the D, Mr. Goodell? Can we get official P for the D clearance?
Yep.
Boom. If you don't know what we're talking about.
You like my Photoshop jersey?
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to have, because like they were like, can we have your headshots? And I was like, sure. It's only me in Packers uniforms.
Yes.
So that's they're like, well, we can't have that for like the actual stream, but we can do this. And there you go.
There you go. So Tom Grossi, first man on the moon. Neil Armstrong of sports YouTubers gets to show it's the Chiefs. Not really a reward per se, but gets to show the game while streaming, basically representing a decade of hard work. No one's earned this opportunity more than one Tom Grossi, and it's been in the works for a while.
Yeah, I thought you were going to
end a while. You were on the phone about it when you were here visiting, so it was like, ooh, and now it's real. It's fucking cool.
Yeah, I thought you were going to end your sentence with "No one deserves this."
Nobody deserves this.
Give
me Dennis Miller back, or I riot.
It's so crazy too, because I am finding out information kind of along with everybody else. But as I was telling Brian, like there's a lot of chefs in the kitchen right now as we try to make this work. Because even if you want, for example, like if this is going to be shown outside the United States, as far as I know, yes, it is going to be. But that was one of the things that they had to work out, because if they're showing a stream of the game, there are some advertisers who can't advertise in like Asia, for example, right? And so if that's running because they're giving me like it's all sales crap and whatever.
Yeah.
But there's that component. Then this wasn't even originally supposed to happen, because originally they reached out. So Scooter, for example, because I texted him about this, Scooter, he promoted the game being on YouTube, right? Because this is like the first game that's being shown globally on YouTube. That's the big deal. And the best part is that it's free, right? Like that's the whole point. And so Scooter took a deal where he promoted the game on YouTube and is like, hey, on YouTube, Friday, September 5th, the Chiefs Charge is going to be free. Go watch it, what have you. So they reached out to me with the same deal. And I go, well, wait a minute. Where do you want me to send people to go? Right? Is it to the NFL YouTube channel? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, I'm going to be streaming the game. So
yeah,
why would I tell people to go to a different channel? And so I was like, but what could happen is if I could stream the game, because I told him straight up I wasn't interested if that was the case. Like they were offering some money, whatever. But that got them talking. And then one of the guys that I talked with YouTube last year built this watch with program. Like he literally built it and he showed me the pitch deck and I was in the pitch deck. So just happens to be a fan. And also is like, hey, like we kind of built this with you in mind. And so it took literally a couple months, but we are now at the point where, yes, this is actually going to happen. I've done a whole bunch of testing over the past few weeks with YouTube to make sure everything works on the back end. But yeah, we will be showing the game. And I didn't find out till yesterday that, one, I was allowed to talk about it, but two, I didn't find out till yesterday who the other creators were. So there's 2 other Spanish-speaking creators, which is awesome. And then there's I Show Speed.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Yo planto mi verga en el jardín, baby.
See?
It's not me, although my Spanish is minimal.
It was pretty good. That was very good. But it's I Show Speed, and then it's Tom Grossi. So there's a chasm there in terms of who is a little bit higher on the totem pole. But yeah, it's pretty awesome, man.
I Show Speed, huge. Get why the NFL's going with him. Hope 100%. He crushes it. But how many games has he streamed, Tom?
I don't know.
Is it every primetime game for
he was in the Royal Rumble.
But has he sat in front of his fucking computer
for 12 hours?
Hours and hours of bad Thursday night football? Huh?
No.
Huh?
No. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Crazy, man.
No, that's cool. And like the NFL, like, one, this game's going to be free on YouTube, right? They want as many people to watch.
Sure.
And what they're probably trying to do is get people to, invest in either Sunday Ticket, which you can do monthly now, or they want more people actively engaged in the NFL product. And that's why other big YouTubers are, other people outside of the actual sports world, they want people who might not. Same thing they've leaned in with Taylor Swift, right? They want people who might not be into football to give it a chance. And hopefully this helps them get acclimated to the game and spreads it that way. And had they not had you in the mix, it would have been wild. But it's very cool that you're part of it because you've been doing this shit for so long. So it's nice to see like your sweat equity in terms of like the loyalty to football and to the NFL, like get this opportunity. And hopefully like they see it's a good thing. Like you got a lot of, if you fuck up, Tom, you're really going to ruin it for all of us.
For everybody.
No pressure, but don't mess up.
I'm glad that I have the Thursday game to kind of get back into streaming.
The warm-up game.
Yeah, it's the warm-up game, and it's just Dallas versus Philadelphia. You're like, okay, we got this going. Well, that was also one of the things too, dude. Like you, even in like the draft, or like you see a lot of these like NFL, like what they've been doing with creators only recently, right? Like they sent like Coleman, Scooter, and I to go to the combine 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like that was last year. Good God. They sent us for that. Like, and that was a really cool experience to like capture some content. They did some stuff with the draft. But in terms of like a lot of the other creators, they're getting folks who are not necessarily involved with football. And it's exactly why you said, right? Because they're trying to capture like that casual audience.
Yeah.
And so we talked about this in terms of like the show itself and like the stream itself. And what YouTube is trying to show the NFL is like, hey, there are different ways to watch this game, right? So like when Peacock spent $100 million to get that playoff game, YouTube, I don't know how much money they spent to go get this game. But the point is like, hey, there are completely different ways for your fans to engage with your product. And I mean, the fact that we have tens of thousands of people in there for like a random primetime game, I think that's proof of that. So they're more trying to be like, hey, this is a way to do that. And thankfully, I got an opportunity to do it. But yeah, it's gonna be a big stream. I mean, they're making it private right afterwards. So it's literally just like there's only so much control I have over it.
Yeah.
But they're making it private right after. So it's literally just this live stream. You be there within those 3.5 hours and that's it. But it's going to be really, really cool to be able to one like 4 creators to be like, hey, like this is also a different way to watch football. And considering, I don't know how happy they'll be because I just do it for free, and just don't show the game every other time. But yeah, man, it's super exciting. Like I'm super pumped to be able to do this.
Will there be a nip slip?
I don't think so, but things get wild here.
Let's wear some loose clothing, Tom, and just see what happens.
Just see where the night takes us, why not? But yeah, man, I appreciate you. Yeah, no, it's pretty darn crazy that this is happening. And like I said, I thought there was gonna be like other football creators or somebody involved, but when it was like speed, I was like, oh, okay, this is
no, they're going bigger.
They're going much larger than I am.
Yeah, but seriously, from the bottom of my heart, don't fuck this up.
Listen, I understand. You and I and every single sports creator have been talking about this for years, right? If you stream football on YouTube, like you can't show audio, or you can't have any audio, you can't show video, and it's because God forbid you wind up getting copyrighted. And so when YouTube and the NFL made this deal for Sunday Ticket, it was like, oh, okay, like maybe the door is opening. And then I would hear rumors of like, okay, maybe this is a couple years away. Then I talked to a few of the folks at YouTube and they're like, oh, okay, maybe, but then I didn't hear anything. And so for this to all come together and, really be almost a week away, it's pretty damn nuts, dude.
It'll be your biggest stream ever, in my opinion.
I think so. We had 51 or 52,000 people in there for the 49ers Packers game, the divisional game. So I think that there's a decent chance that we get past that.
Yeah, I think so. If you guys don't show up and make it the biggest, if Grossi Posse doesn't show up to get more viewers in there than I show speed, I am going to taunt you all year long.
You can't
Grossi Posse, second to the I show speedheads, to the I take speedheads. We love to do speed. Whatever. You guys better show the fuck up. Is my point.
I'm just gonna say, Brandon. Like, listen, people are going to show. Don't get me wrong. We raised $2.2 million, but
that's not as important as
he has 43.3 million subscribors.
How many of those people watch him to listen to him talk about Chargers and Chiefs?
I don't know.
We know Chargers fans will barely be there. So,
oh come on,
boom! Don't worry.
I want to cross the path.
We're gonna make it. It's gonna crush them.
We're gonna break YouTube.
I'm going to make sure I show does speed before the stream.
What if that makes me even better?
Don't ask me how.
Would I give up for Parsons? Just do 3 first-round picks and be done with it.
Let's get to this. Okay, so Parsons, we got Adam Thielen, we got a whole bunch of roster cuts, a lot of stuff to talk about.
But more importantly, happy anniversary yesterday to Jess and Brandon, whose thunder was stolen by Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. But still, what year are we up to now?
9. 9 years.
Wow.
9 years of marriage. Been together for what, like 12 years then? 11 and a half?
Damn.
2013, we started dating.
Okay.
It was the Broncos' greatest offensive season in NFL history.
Yep.
That's how I associate those two things.
I was about to say, so that you're like, that's how I remember when my anniversary is. That's
Jess watched every Broncos game with me that year.
That's love.
Yeah, it really is. Because I don't know if she's watched a single one since then, but
Hey, we do what we can.
Yeah, and I got to give her credit because she called Taylor and Travis getting engaged years ago. It was like probably, I don't know, 2 months after it was public that they were dating. She's like, you know what? I think they're going to get married. She's like, the way they look at each other, I can just tell those two are going to get engaged. And I was like, all right. And then she's reminded me of that every couple months for the last however long.
I think she said the same thing when I
announced it on our anniversary. I feel like she willed that into existence.
That's fair.
Will they be as happy as us? I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Not to be a negative Nelly, but
they just have billions of dollars
wrong there. You got a football player and the world's biggest pop star. I hope they're happy and it's perfect for them, but that's a lot of pressure. Almost as much pressure as you have on Friday.
Almost.
Well,
what are you going to do for the big 1-0?
I don't know. We didn't do anything. We had leftovers for dinner. Oh no, I did. The big romantic gesture is I DoorDashed us some ice cream and gummy bears.
Hey. If that's what makes it work, it makes it work.
Yeah. Well, with Carm starting school, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, and we've just been trying to focus on her, and we didn't even want to go out to dinner. It's just been like, we're just trying to establish this new routine and help Carm adjust. And that's a real, like, that's a perfect 9-year anniversary. It's like, we're just in the shit now.
But for the 10-year anniversary, Carmi will have already done school for a year, right? So it'll be a little bit more of a routine. So this is good things ahead.
Yes. So
is Carmi still like, I have to do this every single day for this long? Or is she,
she's like, it's too long. I hate it this much. And then, when she comes home, she's like, was school good? She's like, yep. Yep, it was good.
It's just so much time.
It is long. It's a long day. It's a long day.
Now, let's get into Micah Parsons. Just wanted to make sure we got to shout out Brandon just for their wedding anniversary.
Best decision I ever made. I love my wife dearly, and I wouldn't be the man I am today without her.
Some were saying when you went on that Small Packers podcast in 2015 that was probably the best decision you ever made.
It was a pretty good one.
It was a pretty good one.
It turned out to be a pretty good one. Turned out to be pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah. So Packers Twitter was.
Oh, here's the secret to marriage first.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You know what? I realized the secret to marriage is
true.
You just leave the other person alone. Like Jess and I, we don't ask a lot of each other, and it works out so nicely. We show up for the big things, right? We're on the same page with like raising our child and that. It's like, but like, she doesn't ask me to do a whole bunch of shit. I don't ask her to do a whole bunch of shit. We respect each other's like routines and space. And I think that's the secret. Watch your own shows too. Like,
oh, all right.
We watch our own shows. She likes her housewife shit and she lets me watch my bullshit. It's great. We sit next to each other. She bothers me during her commercials, and it's a good mix. So just leave your fucking partner alone.
She bothers me during
leave them the fuck alone, and your marriage will be really, really happy.
So independence is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, we got black box wine. If you're going with the box wine, that's the way to go.
Is that a new sponsor?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. How an alcohol company hasn't sponsored me yet is beyond me, Tom.
I don't know either. It's
ridiculous.
Just good old scotch,
I try to be very healthy, except with that.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Adam Thielen. We'll talk about Timmy P.
Yeah, we're getting there. Sorry, it's 20 minutes of.
It's okay. We're 20 minutes in, and we're talking about just ourselves. This is the narcissist show, and we.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, Parsons.
Yes,
you're right. Like, this is all coming from Ricky on Twitter too.
Correct.
Ricky's fanning the flames, and if you're in the football sports world and you're a nerd like we are, Ricky's a dude on Twitter who's gotten a few trades or acquisitions right. He's not an insider, but I think he's got a connection somewhere, so he hears some things. He also just says some shit that's kind of already general knowledge. Like he's patting himself on the back, I think, for the Adam Thielen trade. It feels like this has been talked about for a while. The Vikings have had injury concerns at the receiver position. The Panthers, what has not really been talked about is the reason they're willing to deal Adam Thielen, who was their best receiver last year, is the emergence of Jalen Coker. Okay. A guy who flashed last year, a guy who I cut out of one of the episodes recently, but like, I'm hoping Jalen Coker continues to be good just so I can say I am a cokehead, right? Like, I want to be the world's biggest cokehead for Jalen Coker.
Yep.
But he's the one who's been saying that the Packers have offered the Dallas Cowboys multiple first-round picks. They've got a $45 million per year deal on the table for Micah Parsons, like all this stuff. So last night, it felt like if something was going to happen, maybe that it was going to be last night. You had, was it John Kuhn was out there stoking the flames a little bit, just saying Micah Parsons. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Jerry would trade him to the Packers.
If anybody.
Yeah. After he talked about that being the worst loss he's ever experienced was to the Green Bay Packers in the postseason. Now you're going to give him your best player, your hands down best player. So, you know.
I mean, Micah Parsons didn't show up for that game against the Packers, so maybe he's hoping if they trade him to the Packers, he'll never show up. Maybe that's kind of just where that is.
My real question for you though, Tom, is like, obviously every team would be like, yes, let's have us a Micah Parsons.
Let's have a generational talent.
Let's do that. And every team would pay him already. Like the contract would be signed. What would you give up to acquire Micah Parsons? And I think I'm asking you specifically because, one, you're a Packers fan, but two, I think you think about these things logically. When the Broncos traded for Russell Wilson, I'm like, give up more. I don't give a shit. Like, it can't blow up in my face. No. So what would you want? What would you, if you were the Packers GM, what would you give up for old Micah Parsons?
Because the rumor right now is that, and again, let me be very clear. Like, these are just rumors, right? There was some stoking of the flame. Kay Adams was like, you guys, right? And John Kuhn, who, by the way, is not affiliated with the team anymore. He's doing his own thing. And then it was also confirmed by Matt Schneidman in a text that he was just trolling, right? Like, John Kuhn tweeting anything out did not move the needle for me whatsoever, right? On top of that, too, like, I remember the Aaron Rodgers days of like him putting on Instagram like Randall Cobb and Clay Matthews about bringing guys home. So the trolling is strong. So that all being said, I still am of the opinion that the Dallas Cowboys won't trade Micah Parsons because if they do, then it's it's the Succession episode where he's like, you're not serious people. Like, this is not a serious football team because you don't trade a guy like Micah Parsons. You know, you just shut up, you talk to his agent, and you pay him the money. For me, if the Packers were to do that, one, we only kept 4 linebackers after the roster cuts yesterday. So that's kind of like okay. We might bring back some guys on the P squad. But ultimately for the Packers, they are in need of a pass rusher, right? They need somebody else. Lucas Van Ness had a really nice camp, but is that going to translate to the games? Is a very make or break year for him. Rashawn Gary, you want to see him take further steps. And so all that being said, there is a need for Micah Parsons. So because of that, I have thought about this a whole lot. What I'd be comfortable with is probably, I think you're starting at 2 first-round picks, and then you're probably going to give up a player as well, right? And some kind of pass rusher, like maybe be a Lucas Van Ness. Rashawn Gary, I don't want to give Rashawn Gary up, but based on the way that his contract looks, I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because I think the next 2 years of his contract are pretty easy to swallow if you're a team. So I feel like it'd be 2 firsts and a Rashawn Gary because he already paid a bunch of money. And the only reason why it wouldn't be 3, and if it was 3 first-round picks, I'd be like, okay, is because the amount of money, the new contract that Parsons is going to have to get is insane. The rumors are $45 million. Jordan Love's making $10 million more a year, right? Like, that is a ton of money. And I don't doubt that he's going to command very close to $45 million a year. Because that's the only reason why I'm hesitant giving up any more compensation, because of that contract.
Yeah, I think the contract's part of it. And it's TJ Watt's at what, like 43 or 41 or somewhere in there. So you assume Micah's going to top that by a little bit. How I guess like how big of a need is like, I know the Packers could use edge rushing help.
Yeah.
But like how big of a need is that for you like going into this season?
Well, it's just one of the unknowns, right? Like depth at corner and what our pass rushing capabilities are. Like those are arguably the biggest question marks about the Packers right now. And can receivers catch balls besides Matthew Golden? But I feel like it's just, if Van Ness develops, I feel so much better. We just don't know, man. Like he hasn't shown up in 2 years, right? He came out of college and he was super duper raw, had no real technique to him, was just kind of a power rusher, bull rusher, and that was it. And so if he develops, then it's awesome because you still have him on cheap deals. He's a former first-round pick. You do a fifth-year option. Have a nice day, right? But, Rashawn Gary, who I love Rashawn Gary. Micah Parsons is one of those guys that because there's question marks at edge rusher, the fact that you could get, Micah Parsons is a phenomenal football player. This would be one of the biggest trades, in recent memory. So to go out and get him in the prime of his career, I don't want to say you don't have to worry about your pass rush anymore, but you kind of don't.
Sure.
I don't know. I think that's pretty big, man. I think that's Packers could definitely have some use for him.
I'm very confident saying Green Bay would be better with Micah Parsons this year.
I think it's a really hot take, but maybe.
Why don't you just wait for Trey Hendrickson next year?
Yeah, right. Well, and that's the thing too with Micah is he's young, right? He's in his mid-20s. Hendrickson, we'll talk about that too, because I'm curious what your thoughts are on that.
Sure.
But that's why Micah's going to get this huge contract, because he's in the prime of his career. Hendrickson, and one of the reasons why the Bengals didn't want to pay him is because he's over 30 years old, right? So if you sign him to a 3-year deal, diminishing returns over the years. So that's why they're just like, hey, we're going to give you an additional, $14 million? We're going to pay you $30 million this year. And then you can go away.
Yeah. And they technically, if they wanted to tag Trey Hendrickson next year, they could. But that goes against everything that they're preaching, because if you tag him, that contract is fully guaranteed on the tag, right?
Yeah.
So that's 30, then it would be 30 plus million to tag him. It'd be like, why wouldn't you just give him a 3-year deal and guarantee money in year 2 and year 3? So it wouldn't make any sense to tag him. I think the thought is that they'll let him hit free agency after that.
That's the assumption.
Yeah.
Well, my friend and I are going to Denver in a few weeks to a Mana concert.
A Mana concert?
Best local steak and wings place.
Oh, wings? You got to go to Wing Hut. Wing Hut got the best wings, hands down. It's not. It's not located in Denver proper. You're gonna have to drive to it. Steak, Shanahan's, or Elway's. You go anywhere else, you're a traitor to our whole city.
Is it actually good though, or is it just because it has the name? That's what
Shanahan's. Elway's is very good, but Shanahan's legit.
Is it a Brett Favre steakhouse situation? Is all I'm asking. They're no longer.
No, they don't steal your credit card numbers and funnel money away from the people who need it the most. And they don't show you a menu that's just a cell phone of your dick pics.
Okay. Yeah, it was a little off-putting when I went there when I was a kid.
Steakhouse. Here's your menu. It's actually a picture of my dick. That's my Brett Favre impression. Back to Micah, though, because there's something else that's stupid happening with Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons. And I saw Florio post about this today.
Oh, I saw it. Yep.
Jerry, you're losing it, man. So there's a grievance that's, I believe, been filed because the Cowboys, in addition to not getting this contract done, his 5th-year option, they have him, and I think this is old. I think this is old news, but I forgot about it. They have him tagged as a defensive end versus an outside linebacker. And that basically means his tag value is about $3 million less than it could be. Mm-hmm. So not only have they
24 mil.
Yeah, it's 21 million, 21.3 versus 24 million, what he should be paid as an outside linebacker. And noted in there is when he won defensive player of the year, outside linebacker, went to the Pro Bowl and went as an outside linebacker. Now the Cowboys are trying to tag him as a defensive end so they can save a few $1 million and ultimately not pay him a couple million, which Just another stupid little dumb nugget within this whole spectacle.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't like I've listened to Jerry Jones a lot, and I've tried to have an open mind, right,
Yeah.
of where he, and there's some points that he makes. So I was like, okay, like I can kind of understand, where you're coming from here. But it seems like now it's just I don't want to talk to the agent.
Yeah.
And
that's
like
all it is.
That's just how that works. And the NFLPA ain't doing diddly squat, because like this is how deals work within the NFL. And all of this, literally every single second of this could have been avoided if they just paid him earlier. And they probably could have paid him less than what they're going to pay him. It's before TJ Watt. It's before you could have just given him the money because you're going to and you're talking about, he's missing time. And you're talking about other players that are missing time. And it's like, man, like these are closed door conversations that you don't give to the media. You just sign the players that are going to be on the team and you keep it freaking moving, man. And like, that's where there's that separation, because the fact that this has become so public, and it's still, and I still think it probably will end with him re-signing with the Cowboys. He'll make a crap ton of money, right? And, this will be old news within a couple of weeks. That's what I think is going to happen. But the fact that, I know Jerry Jones is like, all press is good press. Not for your fans who are exhausted, like watching this team parade around and going all in and not really going all in and then just go and do the same thing every single year. This is it's not good press. It's not fun. And yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't make the head of the organization look really great.
No, the more he talks, like the more he gets himself, like, I think, in trouble in terms of saying like dumb shit. He's also the owner. You never see owners talk this much, and you really don't want your owner talking this much. He's also their general manager. General managers don't talk this much. You don't want to see your owner and your general manager talking that much, and you actually don't want your owner functioning as your general manager because you're not putting your team in the best position to win. You're just not. And it worked for a time. And even when it was working, you could still be like, Jerry Jones was a pretty questionable general manager. The Cowboys probably would have won more Super Bowls in the 90s had they not fired Jimmy Johnson. And that was an ego feud between those two. So, like, it's a long history of it. And now it's just becoming more public because of the way, like, the internet has evolve the entire accessibility to guys like Jerry Jones. And we just want it to be over. I'm so sick of talking about it. It's dumb. It's still a big story, and it's dragged
like the Trey
out
Hendrickson thing, dude. Like the way that ended after all of that, literally, like this could have been done months ago. But after all that, it's no new deal. Here you go. Here's just some extra money for this year. And if we wind up doing this exact same thing next year, I am going to care significantly less. Right?
We'll
guarantee
you this
like
year.
Terry, you just need to get it done.
And had Jerry done this in March, Micah Parsons would be the third highest paid outside linebacker heading into this season. Because Myles Garrett would have then got slightly more money, and TJ Watt would have got more money. So, it is what it is.
Joshua, do you think this will lead to people like yourself being able to stream the draft with footage? So the only problem is too, and one of the reasons why this has taken so long to happen is it's not really the NFL's fault, like entirely. It's because they have licensing deals with like all these different companies,
all their
right?
$1 billion TV deals.
Correct. So like there's these massive TV deals. You look at like how I'm just using the Peacock example. It was $100 million for like one of those games, right? Amazon paid literal billions of dollars for Thursday Night Football. And so the problem is they have already signed contracts with a ton of these big broadcasters. They have to be very careful not to violate those agreements.
Yeah.
And so
you got CBS, you got Fox, you got all these multi-billion-dollar deals for the next several years that you're trying to navigate, right?
So that's why there's also some leeway on like the extra wild card playoff game. That's why you've seen that on a bunch of different broadcasts. The fact that they're playing 3 games on Christmas now, they weren't always doing that. That's why Netflix was able to jump in on this. So like the Black Friday game, right? That's why Amazon was able to jump in on this. And now this additional Friday game, which is, I think it's a great placement, but that's why it's been bouncing around. It was in Peacock last year for the Eagles Packers, and now it's on YouTube. And so the fact that the NFL can like sell off these individual games is, it gives them more flexibility and they get to make a whole bunch of money. So they're happy. But ultimately, it just going to depend. The draft, like they already have deals with, was it ABC and ESPN? So to be able to like show that footage, they would have to have something to give ESPN, ABC to be like, hey, we're not violating, our terms.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's so much red tape. Of course, there's so much red tape.
Yeah, always lots of red tape.
So we'll just have a sponsor for Benchwarmer Brew on the stream.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I don't even drink coffee, but we'll just.
Yes, Rachel's shirts are there now. The new cursed shirts are available. Rachel, you crushed it. You freaking crushed it.
Might be Za'Darius. Wouldn't be surprised if he makes because he still hasn't been signed, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if
Za'Darius.
They're making some room there. But speaking of the Lions, Timmy P.
Going to Jacksonville. I actually like it for Tim Patrick because with Isaac Tesla, his emergence this preseason, I think like he's going to have more opportunities with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And why I trust Detroit's offense way more than Jacksonville's at the moment, but there's some optimism there. Let's assume Liam Cohen's going to get things rolling. You got Brian Thomas on one side. Travis Hunter, who knows how often he's going to be playing. So I think Timmy P can find himself a nice role with the Jags. Then you had Jordan Poyer rejoining the Buffalo Bills today, and that's because their safety room is dicey. They've got their whole secondary is
Happy birthday, Ranger.
Kind of a question mark right now. Their rookie Maxwell Hairston's starting the season on IR. Due to an injury he's been dealing with. So they're already out of corner. Hopefully he's good once he gets there. Tre'Davious White's back there. He's been dealing with an injury as well. Then you got Cole Bishop and God dang it, who's the other safety? Taylor Rapp. So Jordan Poyer coming back. I'm down on the Bills secondary. Hopefully Jordan Poyer's solid, but like when you're bringing back your 34-year-old safety,
it's not the vote of confidence that you would hope.
Like because you're just solidifying some depth there. It's like fuck, we might need a 34-year-old safety back here to help us early in the season. So I hope it works out. I hope Jordan Poyer's great. I hope he helps Bill secondary, but they've got just some injuries and just some weird shit they got to work through. Oh, yeah, DeMar Hamlin's back there too. So, but I don't think he's listed as a starter.
Don DeVito.
And Hamlin and Cole Bishop, they had rough preseasons. We'll see.
Joe Mama's going to go propose shortly. Hey,
Congratulations.
Let's go. Congratulations. Speaking of returning guys, let's talk about Adam Thielen because that's also that happened this morning. We actually got breaking news before GPS, which is always nice.
Yeah.
So Adam Thielen, on your birthday too, Peter. Happy freaking birthday! Let's go. You won't get the skull clap. But Panthers and Vikings. So trading Adam Thielen back. So Vikings are getting Thielen and a 2026 7th round pick and a 2027 5th round pick. Panthers, they're getting a 2026 5th round pick and a 2027 4th round pick. So the question is like, how long is Adam Thielen actually going to be on the roster for the Vikings, right? It might be like a 1-year rental, but especially, with some wide receivers getting suspended, it makes sense that they're going to go and get somebody who, because he was on the same team as Jefferson at some point, right? There was some overlap that was there. Thielen's longtime Viking, so like it makes a lot of sense that you bring him back. It's just it's a little rich. It's a little rich, but
Thielen was really good last year for Carolina. Jordan Addison suspended. Justin Jefferson's coming back from I think his hamstring or something. Anyway,
it is a 1-year deal. Just wanted to confirm. Yeah, because he's he's a free agent next year. He'll be 36 next year.
Yeah. Jalen Naylor, I think, dealing with an injury. Rondale Moore, done for the season. So, yeah, this is kind of a necessity for Minnesota. I think it's a good signing for the Vikings. It's just to get through the month of September and having like a guy who can come in and play right away at the receiver position. I would also imagine you might see the Vikings running the football a little more in September than maybe you would have expected. But it's a good get for him. And again, the Panthers are doing this because of Coker, because of the cokeheads.
But it's also like to give up and again, no one's going to give a crap. Like, because let me put it this way. Adam Thielen was able to do really well with Bryce Young, even when, like Bryce Young was in and out of playing. He was able to kind of vibe with whatever quarterback was there. Like he still has some juice left in the tank. It's just it's a decent amount to give up for a guy that's probably going to be there on a 1-year rental. But if the Vikings think that they're going to be contenders, and at the same time, I think Adam Thielen can help a very young quarterback in JJ McCarthy, you kind of do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Adam Thielen, 5 touchdowns last year, 615 yards. And if you remember, when Bryce Young needed a play, when he was putting together that nice string of games late in the season, the guy he was going to in key situations was Adam Thielen.
Correct.
There's a few of just like insane grabs Thielen had last year to convert third downs late in games. Like, it's a solid ad. They're not doing it because, they think Adam Thielen's going to come in and have like 1,000 yards for him this season. It's like, we need to survive the first month of football.
Yeah.
This dude's reliable. He knows how to get open.
He'll retire as a Viking.
He'll help our young QB. Yeah, all that shit. So,
Jam, you're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, Max Crosby, I think that if you're a Raiders fan, not having to worry about Max Crosby, the fact that you paid him when you did, and all these guys are getting paid more than him, you're just so happy to not be in the news. However, Dobbs, again, Matt LaFleur came out and said Dobbs ain't getting traded. Unless he's just blatantly lying. He's just saying this. Because that's been coming up so much during the offseason. So, hey, Henry, let's go. Wife is pregnant and due in December. Had our son last November. So Irish twins, bolt up. Charger's going to charge her. Henry's going to be there. Hey, congratulations. Let's go. Congratulations.
Wow, I'm bolt up.
Come on.
Bolt the F up.
I didn't see the excitement. I'm sure Adam Thielen's pumped.
I saw the video on Twitter. Where the hell is the game logs?
What are you looking for, Thielen?
Yeah.
Thielen it.
Pro Football Reference, where is your game logs tab?
It should be on the top.
There it is. Sometimes, these websites, these days, they're confusing.
Oh, yeah, this internet.
Yeah, this internet. Yeah. He missed a big chunk, Thielen did, with injury last year. So, anyway.
Just saying. Do you think Green Bay would give Parsons the money he wants?
Yes.
I think they would. Yeah.
I think every team in the league would have given him the money he wants already. He just happened. Well, not the Bengals. I'm sorry. Not the Bengals. All other teams would.
The reason I do, Joey, is because Parsons is 26 right now. You are going to sign him to a minimum, 4-year deal, somewhere around there. You take him to about 30, maybe 31 if you want to go 5-year and go crazy. I don't know if he'd sign that, but I feel like that is the reassurance that you don't have to, barring injury, of course, that you don't have to worry about pass rusher for at least a hot second. And if Lucas Van Ness develops, and if Rashawn get, you know what I mean? Then you have a great problem to have. Yeah. So yeah, I think they would. If this is real,
there are 3 player contracts you really don't have to overthink if you're an NFL GM. You have a franchise quarterback. Boom, get the deal done. Edge rusher, corner. Those 3. When you got your guy, you just do it.
Yeah.
You overpay for that year. You lock those players in because they're hard to find. It's that's why it's infuriating.
By the way,
it's so silly.
According to Schefter, NFL is aiming for at least a potential 6-game suspension for Rashee Rice.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
It's true. It's true.
Got a feeling your whole team's going down, Kansas City.
Also, real quick, I know we've talked a lot about the Cowboys this episode. Even if Jerry signs him today, I feel like there's going to be oh, thank God if you're a Cowboys fan, but also, why did we have to go through this? Like, I don't think they wind up there's going to be even goodwill that's going to be amongst the Cowboys fans towards Jerry. I don't know. I feel like this has been a weird offseason. I know you've already had lots of fans who have been vocal about Jerry, but now this just seems, as he's gotten more vocal, it hasn't improved morale.
Yeah, I mean, like the top comments on my Jerry Jones video are like opposing. They're like Eagles fans and Commanders fans saying,
"Yeah,
I hope science figures out a way to keep Jerry Jones alive forever." You know what I mean? Like that's where we're at. I know. I've got picture. I asked Grace for pictures. So thanks for notifying me for this very specific thing. Only 3 of us here understand.
Yeah, no, that's great. Ashley, a fake! For the kitty, yes, we are officially 8 days away from football.
8.
You ready, buddy?
Huh?
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not ready yet. I can't wait. I'm very excited. But until like Thursday rolls around, then I'll be like, okay, now it's time to go.
Don't blink. If you're a blinker, cut your eyelids off.
Another little nugget out there, Tom.
Tell me.
We got Tom news.
Ashley.
Tom on Tom news. Tom Brady will now be allowed to attend the production meetings as part of his broadcast job with Fox. So last year he wasn't allowed to do the production meetings.
It wasn't, yeah.
And that's when the 2 announcers, they sit down with some players and coaches and they talk to them to try and get some nuggets that they can use during the broadcast. They didn't let Tom do it last year because he's a minority. He is a white minority owner of the Raiders. And they're like, that might be a conflict
of have this much
interest.
Paul Alexander.
And now they're like, you know what? Go ahead, Tom. You kind of sucked ass as a broadcaster last year, and we need you to talk to the coaches and players to save your own ass. Still not allowed to attend practices like those other guys, but
gotta be happy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also, I mean, I'm glad we saved the biggest news story for last with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift getting engaged.
Yeah.
How did that impact your life personally?
I mean, I had to like retweet it, and then I had to make my own tweet about it. And then I went upstairs and Jess was waking up from a nap and she was like, "Did you see the news?" And I knew exactly what she was talking about.
I was literally upstairs and I walked downstairs and was like, "Oh, I got to make a reaction video to this." And Maya goes, "Well, it's a really big day because," and I was like, "Yep, they got engaged." So yeah, we're on the same wave. Jordan Love's on the hot seat to produce this year. I think it's a 2-year period where
you're hot seat.
2-year.
His ass gonna be a little warm for 2 years.
If he is, we were talking about this on the Paul Farrington show. Like, I feel like if he is solid to good this year, they'll give him another run because they just gave him $55 million. So I think you get 2 years, and then we'll kind of see. That's what I said at the end of this last season, because obviously we were all disappointed when they lost in the wild card round. But it'll be within the next 2 years to see, like, okay, what's the ceiling with Jordan Love? We've seen a ton of potential, right? Can he put it all together and lead the offense?
Yeah, I don't think the Packers have a Jordan Love problem.
Oh, I don't think so at all.
I think he came back from his injury a little early.
It's true.
And then there was, he was let down by a lot of ball catchers. And I think
you also need to be more consistent, but yes.
Yeah, that's part of it. It's his second year. Like, it's about overcoming those mistakes. And I think he's got that ability. And I also think Matthew Golden's going to make a big difference for the Packers this year. I think we're going to be talking about Matthew Golden in the offensive rookie of the year conversation.
A lot of hype, my friend.
December.
There's a lot of hype.
That's my bold prediction.
Sod. I mean, the Packers are usually like that too. Right? The homegrown talent is draft and develop. I mean, that's been like the way that a lot of teams have been super successful. because you get to keep them, on these deals, and then you don't have to make these big trades, right? Like everyone would trade for Micah Parsons, but the problem is not only do you have to give him a ton of money, but you also have to, want to trade him for him too.
Yeah, Nick Wright's stupid, Johnny. And you can tell Nick I said that. Nick Wright's actually very smart. His takes on football are stupid. He is the most biased, annoying sports talker out there.
Another one, Trey. Yeah.
It's so funny. Because his Chiefs homerism, like that's part of his shtick, right?
Sure.
And it's fine. Like I get it. I get it. And we have created a world where like that's part of how we talk about sports. You're a Packers guy. I'm a Broncos guy. We're talking about our teams in ways that are biased, that even when we're objective, we've always kind of got the orange shaded glasses on, the green shaded glasses on. But that has infiltrated the top tier of sports media. And now, after years of like kind of being annoyed of how like buttoned up sports media was for so long, I kind of want to go back to that because I'm sick. I'm sick of the fucking homerism.
Like, I want coaches in suits on game day.
Yeah, I'm sick of the top professionals talking about their teams and being fucking biased about it, and that being part of what makes them entertaining or a draw. We'll never be satisfied. It's hypocritical. I understand that, but it is with the evolving world.
It's the end of the world. We just got to have some fun.
It is the end of the world.
Yeah.
It is the end of the world.
I'm down. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of there's a lot of hate for Jordan Love, and while I would love for him to be more consistent, I think based off his actual play, holy crap, man, it's so overblown.
There's not enough hate for Nick Wright, in my opinion.
It's like we could do better. Let's turn it up.
We could do better.
We could do better. Yeah, man. But I think ultimately this is a big season, but it's these next 2 years that's really going to define, who Jordan Love is as a Packer, and and kind of just like where the ceiling is, because we've only seen 2 seasons of him. We've seen like the highest of highs, we've seen some lows, we've seen kind of some middle ground. So we'll see what happens. Perna, what do you got coming out, buddy?
What do you got coming out?
If there's news that breaks, I'm going to do a video. I'm on a podcast later for like 30 minutes. The CBS Fantasy Today folks, like they're doing a live stream.
CBS. Ooh.
I told you. I offered you to do it with me. It was the St. Jude thing.
Oh, well, that makes that.
Yes.
Come on. Can't leave that part out.
What are you talking? It's the same thing. Broncos fan.
I was just giving you shit. I forgot it. Well, first of all, you can't expect me to remember any of
Brandon
this.
never responded. It's fine.
I didn't?
No.
What? See, I might have not even seen it, Tom. Was it a text?
So yeah, that I'm still not 100% sure. I need to do members Q&A, so that might be tonight or it's going to be Sunday. I don't know if I want to do that for my last Sunday before football, but we'll see what happens.
Yes.
Yep. There's a ton of stuff coming out.
I love your wife, John.
Oh, okay.
I love your wife.
Next week is when everything comes back. Scripted, power rankings, predictions, every fan's the whole 9 yards. So
nice.
We'll get there.
Nice.
Also, real quick, Hunter Renfrow getting cut, I thought was a little bit surprising because he seemed like he was having a nice camp, at least from what I saw.
Was he in Carolina too?
Yeah, that's a little surprising of like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like he would be the perfect replacement for Adam Thielen. I don't know why I would think that, but they feel like they could provide very similar value on the football field.
Oh, are you doing your Patreon thing tonight?
Yeah.
What time's your thing? Yours late though. 8 your time.
Yeah. Well, we got bedtime. Like it's a whole thing now. We're gonna try and I think do the September one earlier because we got a few guys who joined from Europe and they haven't been able to because it's like at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. their time. So we're gonna try and do an earlier one in September. But yeah, Patreon tonight, and then I should have power rankings up today.
Oh, you're doing it early. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a week away. I figure.
He had a hamstring injury. I didn't see that. Okay, that makes more sense. I mean, he's older. It was going to be a battle, but yeah, just like I saw some clips and I was like, oh, okay, it looks like he was pretty solid.
Right. Yeah, and what was the thing Renfro had that he had? What was his medical thing? Renfro medical condition.
Oh, it just sucks because he got into the Raiders.
Oh, he had
and well.
Ulcerative colitis. Is that what it was? Yeah, ulcerative colitis. So yeah, he was.
Oh,
he didn't play for a year, right? And like we didn't know why that the Raiders. Like he wasn't on the Raiders. He was like losing weight. He couldn't. There was all that, and we didn't know any of that. And so he's got that under control. And I think he was underrated too.
By the way, the Rashee Rice thing, the suspension they're saying would kick in at the start of the season.
Oh, interesting.
That's what the NFL is aiming for. So he missed the Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Ravens, Jaguars, Lions.
They got all that backlash about the Chiefs being rigged.
They're saying, all right, we got to do this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even like from the Chiefs' perspective, I think you would prefer to just get the suspension over with anyway.
Sure.
I don't think if you're like, Andy Reid, you want to deal with the 6-game suspension from your should be number one receiver in the middle of your season. That just disrupts, I think, a lot. So you're
going to miss important games, but it's like,
yeah,
you did without him last year.
You'll get that boost when they come back.
Yeah. So what you got coming out? You think power rankings maybe, and then you're doing your Q&A tonight, right?
What's that?
You're doing your Q&A tonight, and you're doing potentially power rankings today.
Yeah, should be up today.
There you go. Well, folks, the next time we see you on Friday, we'll be less than a week away from football.
Yes,
and we also might see you tomorrow. Are you around for clickbait tomorrow?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
We've got I mean, I really want to be because, the season starts a week from tomorrow. But
I'll actually be here tomorrow, so.
Yeah, we're having family over tomorrow. So I don't know. I got to see.
Yeah, check your messages. I'm going to probably send out messages today or tomorrow to get that sorted out. Yeah, it'll be through Patreon and stuff. I think you get an email too that also says like you have a direct message on that, and there'll be a link to click on and boom, 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 boom. So, we'll rock. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. And you have been...
And you reached your destination.
I love that. That was beautiful. Is that a Scottish accent? What was
And you reached your destination.
Don't know that one.
And you reached your destination.